All right, so we're back to the end of the first turn. And I thought I would share a little bit about what the thinking is for what I'm going to do in this frigging game versus your mechanics and things like that. So just kind of quickly, when you look at the British forces, they do have a number of quite strong units. So, in the 7th Armoured, this is a 4 combat strength, 5 active action rating unit, and there's another one, and there's more underneath there too. There's a 2, 4, 10, and then there's a fuel truck that I spent fuel. I took the fuel from that actually to build this hedgehog. And then O'Connor is here, and the rest of the 7th Armoured is here, the infantry units, and these are holding boxes for the Indians and the New Zealanders. So really, we can't do anything until these guys are released. All of these guys are very fragile in that they're only one step. So it's important that we don't fritter away good quality units needlessly unless there were opportunities to bounce guys off the map. Now, we could, this turn, instead of building that hedgehog, I could run 1 or 2 units down here and attack this guy here. Well, the Italians were smart, and that guy, you can't see, it's kind of dark, but that guy is actually coming off the board in October in 4 or 5, 6 turns, or whatever the case may be. And it's a 1-0-14 light tank unit of some description, so completely worthless to kill. Same with this unit that's behind it, and here there's an artillery unit and it's just a straight up tank unit. Also, that's a 2-3, that's a slightly better unit to attack, but nevertheless not something we need to get real fussed about. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is these guys are going to fulfill their obligation. The Italians will fulfill their Mussolini line obligations, which kick in as of the beginning of the 15th. By the end of the 15th, we've got to have that locked down. So we'll take care of that this beginning second turn. These guys are going to build up some strength, wait for these forces to be released. They've got units that are green. We want to get those up to par. We need to build up some supply anyway. So really, I don't see any need for us to be fighting each other than perhaps the occasional fighter sweep. And I may do that this turn with the Italians and see if they can take on that hurricane unit there. And that one, I know all these gladiators. Now, there's one thing I might do, I might consider doing if I was the Axis player, is some form of train busting or interdiction along this railroad here to slow down the arrival of units. Once again, it's a high-risk proposition because we're putting precious resources at risk and spending supply just to make the movement points cost a little more for units to try and get through. Yeah, I'm not sure that's necessarily worth it. I'm sure we can have some fun with the desert rats, which are just down here. I guess I can move the camera for you. I just had it kind of set up there. There we go. There they are in the Qatar Depression. They're going to whiz on down to Kara here with the view that I want to try and take control of the airstrips down here in this section of the map over there where this lone Italian MG unit is. He's using the Siwa Oasis as supply, and we can also airlift supply down there to him if we needed to. Not that that's going to prove to be of much value, but this is an area where I think if the British can move and get these desert rats through this area unmolested, they can cause a little bit of a few problems back here, which will make some garrisoning have to happen for the Italians. I need to reread the rules for the desert rats again, actually. So really not a whole lot I expect that will happen in the next 3 or 4 turns. And so what I'm going to do in terms of capturing content is I will play through, and as things happen of note, I will try and take a quick little bit of video if I think it's relevant. If something fun happens with the desert rats or whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, I think you can expect that there'll be forces looking at each other possibly for as long as a month. Not a whole lot of activity really goes on in the reinforcement tracks and things like that. There is some thinking, I guess, that if I can build Allied supply up faster than the Axis can build their supply, it would be worthwhile me pressing forward and attacking, if not only to consume supply from these guys to slow down or dampen any potential offense they may wish to make at some point in the future, and also slow them from making these hedgehogs. They built 2 this turn, and there's already some pre-built ones here that they're occupying. The Axis are occupying. The Axis player wants to try and build up Lafayette Pass and the halfway house area here. They're good observation points, and they're also great defensive locations for protecting this road from any potential advance. And this is the other core line of advance, and I guess the defensive zone would be most likely built around these slopes here and here. So we'll see. Or maybe this crossroad back here even. Anyway, that's we're gonna get cranking through 3 or 4 turns here, and we'll get some things up on the web for you in a little bit.